Okay, so good morning, doctor. So today we would have a rationalization about the quiz on infectious diseases. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so number one, which among the following parameters is not included in the quick SOFA? Okay, so this is a must know to us emergency medicine physicians, no? Because in patients considered to have sepsis, no? So this would help us prognosticate our patient, no? So take note the three parameters, no? So this include altered mental status or a GCS of less than 15. So ibig sabihin nun, GCS 14 and below until GCS 3. Tapos the respiratory rate should be at least 22 breaths per minute. Okay, 22 breaths per minute. And then, a systolic blood pressure of at most 100. Okay? So, pagka 100 ng systolic, kasama na yan sa points, no? Dun sa quick SOFA scoring. Wherein a score of at least 2 is a high risk for poor outcome. Okay? Although it is important to take note that there is a full SOFA scoring which can be accessed in your MedCalc or online. So take note that the quick SOFA is faster. No, it only utilizes your vital signs and your physical examination. No, so yan ha. And then take note of the following definitions. Okay, sepsis and septic shock. And then let us focus on the septic shock. Take note, you have to maintain an arterial pressure, mean arterial pressure of at least 65, no? So maraming nadadali dito. Minsan ini-exam mean arterial pressure target of 100, of at least 100. So mali 'yon, no? At least 65. And a lactate of more than 2 millimoles despite adequate fluid therapy. Okay, despite adequate fluid therapy. Okay? So take note of this, no? So which of the following is not included? Pulse rate, no? Wala naman nabanggit na pulse rate sa parameters ng quick SOFA. The next, benzathine penicillin G is the primary treatment in which patient? So this question basically tests your knowledge of diagnosis based on certain clinical features, no? So ano ba yan? Yung multiple tender small group vesicles coalescing and forming shallow ulcers. So herpes simplex virus yan, no? So ang treatment dyan is acyclovir. Then patients with beefy, painless beefy red, ano yan? So that is granuloma inguinale. Then patients with painless ulcer associated with proctocolitis with fistulas and strictures. Okay, so ano yan? LGV. So makita natin later. And then the last would be painless, indurated, and relatively clean base that heals spontaneously. So yan kaya yun? Let's see. So take note of the following features. No, this is a very important table. Syphilis, tingnan nyo. Indurated, relatively clean base. Heal spontaneously. Okay? No pain. Painless siya. No? Tapos, take note of the following. No? Meron siyang primary, secondary, and tertiary. No? Tertiary, yan yung may mga end organ damage. No? Then, herpes simplex, yung na-mention ko kanina, vesicles, no? Madali lang naman tandaan yan, no? Vesicles, pabigay na yan, herpes simplex. Chancroid, Ducreyi, exudative base, yan ang, ano dyan, keyword, no? Exudative base. Then, LGV, yung na-mention ko kanina, proctocolitis. Yan. Yan yung keyword dyan. Proctocolitis. LGV. Okay? Painless din yan. Then, associated with, caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. No? LGV, proctocolitis, Chlamydia trachomatis. Granuloma inguinale, sinabi ko kanina, or yung donovanosis, beefy red. No? Beefy red. Parang karne lang, no? So, sino dyan yung painful? Dalawa lang, no? Si herpes simplex, tsaka si Ducrey. Chancroid. Ducrey. Kasi you're gonna cry. Ducrey. Iiyak ka sa sobrang sakit, no? So, this is a very high table. Tandaan nyo yan, no? Do not skip this. Next, mga treatment. Tandaan nyo lang naman dito yung bacterial vaginosis, yung AMCELS criteria, you review on that, no? Patient, a female presenting with vaginal discharge, positive sa whiff test, okay, tapos positive for Klusel's. So, yan. Bacterial vaginosis. Metronidazole kadalasan, no? Treatment dyan. Chancroid, maraming options. Okay? Chlamydia, atypical. Atypical, so azithromycin or doxy. Then, gonorrhea, syempre gram-neg bacteria yan. So, dapat may gram-neg coverage. So, Ceftri. Okay? Take note that the gonorrhea, usually may kasamang chlamydia yan, no? So, dapat meron kang coverage for atypical, such as your azit and doxy, as mentioned earlier. Then, donovanosis, yung beefy red, azithromycin. Okay? Herpes simplex, acyclovir. Yun yung drug of choice dyan, acyclovir. LGV, yung proctocolitis, doxy. Okay? Syphilis, as mentioned, benzathine, penicillin G. And then, yung mga trichomoniasis, metronidazole, no? So, benzathine, penicillin G for syphilis, which is the description for syphilis, ito. Yung painless, indurated, and relatively clean base. Pag tinanong kayo ng causative agent ng syphilis, Treponema pallidum. Okay? So, next. A patient who is non-allergic to amoxicillin suddenly develop a morbilliform rash after prescribed with amoxicillin for exudative pharyngitis. Co-infection with what causative agent can explain this? Provided na hindi allergic sa amoxicillin. So, ano yan? Take note the Epstein-Barr virus, no? Yung mga pasyente na may Epstein-Barr, na suspected to have streptococcal cause ng pharyngitis, pag binigyan mo ng penicillin derivative, yung mga amox, ampi, pwede magkaroon ng non-allergic morbilliform rash. Okay? So, very important to take note. Epstein-Barr. Next. A sexual worker infected with HIV presented with the history of fever, fatigue. So, non-specific symptoms, no? Parang viral illness lang. 2 months ago, tapos gumaling, pero may persistent generalized lymphadenopathy. Hops. Ano yan? So, that is characteristic of HIV, no? Pero ano stage? So, take note the 3 stages of HIV. So, isipin mo na lang HIV, 3 letra, 3 stage. HIV, 3 letters, 3 stage. So, first is the acute retroviral syndrome. Yan yung mukhang, yung typical flu, yung parang mga SBI, no? Fever, weakness, fatigue, mga ganon. Tapos, take note, seroconversion, 3 to 8 weeks after infection. Tapos, second stage, latency, clinical latency. Mawawalan ng subjective complaints, pero anong may matitira sa kanya? Persistent generalized lymphadenopathy. Okay? So, yan ang importante. Tapos, you look into the CD4, tsaka yung HIV RNA. So, basically, yan yung through the years, no? Through the years, asymptomatic yung pasyente, pero bumabagsak ang CD4, tumataas ang HIV RNA. Until such point na bababa ang iyong CD4 count, okay, doon na magkakaroon ng AIDS-defining illnesses from immunosuppression. So, yan yung stage 3. CD4 of less than 200. Okay? Or yung AIDS-defining illnesses. Okay? Things to take note, yung mga most common sa HIV, since this chapter is very long. So, ito mga high yield yan. Most commonly reported neurologic opportunistic infection, toxoplasmosis, yan, Toxoplasma gondii. Ang management mo dyan is IV pyrimethamine plus sulfadiazine plus leucovorin. Okay? Most common opportunistic infection among AIDS, pneumocystis carinii or yung Girobetti. Treatment is ito, TMP, SMX, trimethoprim, sulfamethoxazole. Most serious ocular opportunistic infection and the leading cause of blindness, cytomegalovirus. Anong treatment dyan? Ganciclovir. Okay, ganciclovir. Yung valganciclovir, this one is a prodrug of the ganciclovir. So, usually naman, pagka nasa choices yan, hindi naman kayo lolokohin or pahirapan ng examiner. It's either ganciclovir or valganciclovir yung nasa choices. Basta hanapin nyo lang yung merong gan. Okay? CMV yan. Then, sa antiretroviral therapy, this was asked previously, alin dyan yung dapat dalawa? So, dalawang NRTI plus one of the other types, no? So, yung at least 3 drugs siya, yung regimen mo. Yung dalawa doon, required na NRTI. Tapos yung isa, kahit ano. Okay? So, correct answer is stage 2 kasi asymptomatic na siya. Pero with persistent lymphadenopathy. So, what is the most common causative agent of infective endocarditis? This is a recall type of question. According to Tintinali, most common cause is Staph aureus. Okay? So, that's the correct answer. What antibiotic should be avoided in a patient with active clinical tetanus due to potentiation of tetanus spasm? So, take note of this chapter ng tetanus, no? Very important dito ang airway, no? Standby intubation yung mga pasyenteng compromise yung airway sa tetanus, no? In some instances, minsan tinitracheostomy yung mga yan, no? 'Di ba? Pagka nag-tetanus, naging spastic yung mga muscles mo, kahit yung muscles mo for mastication, spastic, hindi mo na mabuksan yung bibig, hindi mo na ma-intubate. So, paminsan, nagte-tracheostomy dyan, no? So, yun yung importante dyan sa may clinical tetanus, airway. Then, you give tetanus immunoglobulin agad prior to manipulating the wound sa tetanus kasi baka lalong mag-release ng toxin, yung tetanus plasmin. Then, tsaka ka lang mag-wound debridement after you give the immunoglobulin, ha? Yan yung importante dyan. Yung sequence, airway muna, tapos pag na-secure yung airway, tsaka ka magbigay ng immunoglobulin, then yung immunization, tsaka ka mag-debride. Okay? To lessen the the bacterial load and the toxin load. Then, tsaka ka magbibigay ng antibiotic. Take note that the drug of choice is metronidazole. Okay? Penicillin can potentiate tetanus spasm. So, huwag ibibigay. Diazepam, it can be used for muscle relaxation. And then, for dysautonomia, no? Yung mga nag-unstable yung vital signs. Biglang tataas yung BP, babagsak. So, yan, no? In case tumaas yung BP, options include Magsul, okay? Labetalol, morphine, take note ha, morphine, clonidine. Okay, tingnan nyo ha, morphine. Meron siyang utility dyan. Akala mo ano lang yan, no? Opioid lang, pero may role siya sa dysautonomia. Kaya pwede rin actually question yan sa exam. What analgesic has a role in dysautonomia in tetanus? Sagot dyan is morphine, ha? So, correct answer is penicillin. Yan yung i-avoid mo. Drug of choice, pag tinanong, is metronidazole. Next. Which of the following features has 0% risk of rabies in the absence of post-exposure prophylaxis after exposure to a rabid animal? So, take note, no? Contact with a rabid saliva on a wound older than 24 hours. 0%. Okay? That is the correct answer. Next. A seafarer came from Africa, then later on presented with fever, chills, generalized body weakness. Blood smear revealed cellular structures with amoeboid cytoplasm. Then which medication would play a crucial role in eradicating hypnozoites from the liver? So, ano mo ng diagnosis mo dito? This is malaria. Okay? May clue na actually sa history pa lang Africa, no? So, endemic ang ano dyan, malaria. No? Or paminsan, baka tanong sa exam, Palawan. So, think of malaria. So, tip lang pagka may mga question tapos nagbabanggit ng mga lugar, bansa, no? You think of endemic conditions, no? Na nakukuha lang dun sa mga lugar na 'yon. Okay? So, anong sagot dito? So, ang sabi dun sa question is meron daw amoeboid cytoplasm. So, this question asks you to identify the causative agent, no? Alam nating malaria yan, pero which species? Although, in real practice, you do not wait for the smear. You give empiric treatment, no? For malaria, usually mga co-artimeter. Pero provided nabigyan ka ng histopath, no? Nabigyan ka ng reading ng pato, binasahan ka ng amoeboid cytoplasm, no? Take note. So that is Plasmodium vivax. Ring forms. Banana-shaped gametocytes. Ano yan? Falciparum, yan yung pinaka-toxic, no? Then, compact, cytoplasm, compact, pwedeng ovale or malaria. Magkakatalo lang yan sa yung cycle, no? Kung every kailan naglalagnat, no? Usually, every 3 days, malaria yan, no? So, malaria, matagal. Mas matagal. Malaria, matagal. 72 hours. The rest are 48 hours. So, yun yung differentiation dyan. Pwedeng ibigay sa case, having fever every 3 days, ganyan. No? Or every 2 days. So, magkakaroon kayo ng clue dun pa lang. Then, yun, pwede ngayong basahan ng histopath. So, yan. Okay? Take note of this table. Then, once you have identified, doon sa case na yan, no? Amoeboid, cytoplasm, vivax ka. Kailangan mo daw i-eradicate yung hypnozoites. Kasi, yun yung mahirap patayin, no? Yung nagtatago sa liver. So, you have to give Primaquine. Okay? You have to give Primaquine, no? As emphasized here, terminal treatment for vivax and ovale. Primaquine. Correct answer, Primaquine. Next, a patient was rushed in the ER due to facial nerve palsy and fever. If the patient presented with an erythematous plaque with central clearing about months ago, then what is the preferred antibiotic? So, ano muna yung diagnosis mo dito? This is Lyme disease, no? Kasi 'di ba sa Lyme disease nagkakaroon ka ng facial nerve palsy, no? Sa second stage. So, I want you to take note of that. First stage, yun yung derma, no? Erythema migrans, erythematous plaque with central clearing. Tapos non-specific yung complaint. Second stage, yan ay magkakaroon ng multiple annular target-shaped skin findings. Yan, pwede mo makita yan. Then may mga cardiac abnormalities, joint pains, then neurologic symptoms, cranial neuritis, facial nerve palsy. Okay? Sa cardiac, take note nyo, pwede siya magkaroon ng AV block. No? AV block. And then yung late stage, yun yung mga end organ damage, chronic, o chronic arthritis, myocarditis, subacute encephalopathy, axonal polyneuropathy, leukoencephalopathy, mga chronic na yan, no? Pag tinanong kayo anong treatment of choice, doxycycline. So that's the correct answer, doxycycline. What is the treatment of choice for dipilidiasis? So ano ba yan? What causes dipilidiasis? So, Dipylidium caninum, which is a dog tapeworm. So, dahil tapeworm, praziquantel. Praziquantel, no? So, you make a scan dito sa table na to. Yung ano lang, yung primary medications, no? Kailangan ka magcocoamox, yan. Pasteurella multocida. Pagka plague bacillus or Yersinia pestis, genta. Okay? So, yan. Then, dipilidiasis praziquantel. No? So, just take a look at this table. Yung mga distinct, yan lang yung tandaan nyo. So, praziquantel. Next. Patient recently eats sushi and sashimi due to the city's trends. So, nauso daw. If patient later on presented with pallor and easy fatigability, then which of the following features is supportive of the condition? So, anong kinalaman ng sushi at sashimi, tsaka sa pallor and easy fatigability? So, you think of anemia. Anemia na dahil sa sushi and sashimi, ano ba nakukuha doon? Broadfish tapeworm. So, broadfish tapeworm, Dipilobotrium latum, associated with vitamin B12 deficiency. So, pwede magkaroon ng pernicious anemia, B12 deficiency, MCV elevated. So, yun yung megaloblastic anemia. Malaki ang RBC. Megaloblastic kasi immature. Take note na yung maturation ng red blood cell, magsisimula yan blast, 'di ba? Malalaki. Tapos magmamature yan, liliit hanggang sa mawala yung nucleus niya. Kaya yung mature RBC, 'di ba, unnucleated cell sila. So that is to allow oxygen to bind, 'di ba? If you recall, paliit sila during the maturation process. Pero pag wala kang B12, so B12 is a cofactor for RBC maturation. So pag wala kang B12, hindi magmamature yung cells mo. Mananatili silang immature or malalaki. Megaloblastic. So MCV elevated, RDW is high. Ano ba yung RDW na yan? Basically, yan lang yung parang spectrum ng mga sizes ng mga red blood cell. It only means to say, pagka high yung red cell distribution width, ibig sabihin, malawak yung spectrum. So, yung range ng sizes, malawak. So, merong saksakan ng liit, may saksakan ng laki. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng red cell distribution width. Malawak yung spectrum, no? Kumbaga sa grades sa exam, kung malawak yung spectrum, may mga bagsak, halos zero na yung score, tapos meron ding nasa gitna yung score, merong pasang-awa, merong matataas yung score, merong perfect. So, yun yung wide spectrum o yung high red cell distribution width. In contrast sa red cell distribution width na normal, narrow lang yung range. No? Hindi ganun ka-variable yung size. So, ganun ha. So, bakit mali yung neutrophilic predominance? Actually, pwede ka mag-leukocytosis, pero dapat eosinophilic predominance kasi parasitic. Eosinophils ang mataas, hindi neutrophils. High reticulocyte count, hindi. Hindi naman hemolytic anemia yan. Okay? Kung ang tinanong sa inyo, pasyente na nagyayapak, tapos nangangati yung paa, later on presented with pallor and easy fatigability, so iba naman yon. You think of hookworms. Okay? Yung mga pumapasok sa skin, no? Yung mga worms that enter via skin penetration. Associated naman yun with iron deficiency anemia. So, microcytic hypochromic naman yung mga yun, no? So, yun. Take note of that. Next, what parasitic infection can be confused with pulmonary tuberculosis? So, take note of the paragonomiasis, the lung fluke disease. It is caused by the Paragonimus westermani, which is usually acquired by eating yung mga crab, yung mga infected crab. So, yung common na differential diagnosis is tuberculosis kasi these patients present with chronic cough. Okay, chronic cough. So, yan ha. Usually, pagka ginawa ng diagnostics sa stool, sa sputum, sa urine, makakakita ka ng operculated eggs, no? So, yan yung mga pwedeng clue dyan, no? So, the correct answer is paragonomiasis. Next, which of the following is not spread airborne? So, take note of this. Pwedeng itanong sa inyo, no? Kasi as an emergency medicine physician, dapat alam mo kung kailan ka magsusot ng N95, when to place the patient on a negative pressure or negative pressure room, kailan mo sila isolate, or kailan ka lang magko-contact precaution, yung simpleng mask. Okay, so important yan, no? TB, pasyente mo mukhang TB, o kaya yung varicella, yung measles, rubiola, so airborne yan, na dapat naka N95. Otherwise, you can get infected. Respiratory syncytial virus is just a contact spread, no? So, hindi naman yan ganun kabilis humawa, no? Respiratory syncytial virus. So, you just scan this, no? Ang importante lang naman dito is, ito tandaan yung tatlo, no? Kasi most likely yan yung matatanong or pwedeng itanong, no? So, not spread airborne, RSV. Next, what is the most likely diagnosis in a patient with rashes that progresses rapidly, accompanied by severe pain, swelling, and fever? Hypotensive, tachycardic, crepitus, tapos skin necrosis and ecchymosis. So, necrotizing infection na yan. Actually, even if you do not have this keyword na skin necrosis and ecchymosis, the fact na toxic, crepitus, no, gas forming, tapos severe pain, no, mabilis mag-progress. So, necrotizing infection yan. So, you give immediate IV antibiotics, tapos you refer to surgery for debridement. Importante yan ha. Hindi sapat na loadan mo lang, dapat i-refer mo yan sa surgery for debridement. So, yan ha. Take a note of this, yung mga yan. So, may mga characteristic features for each condition. Okay? So, you read through it na lang. Next, a gardener went to ER due to subcutaneous nodule that initially started as a swelling sustained from prick from a plant thorn. What is the treatment of choice? So, ano mo muna yung diagnosis na yan? That is sporotrichosis. Okay? Sporotrichosis usually caused by the fungus Sporotrix schenki. So, kadalasan yan sa mga tropical areas. Okay, sa mga maghahalaman, usually mga farmers, agricultural workers, gardeners, florists, anything na na-expose sa mga halaman. Natusok ng plant thorns, ng kahoy, or yung maduming lupa. So, think of sporotrichosis. Okay? Take note as well na pwede mo rin siyang ma-inhale. Okay? Then, most common type is the lymphocutaneous type ng infection, which is characterized by subcutaneous nodule or pustule. Okay, subcutaneous nodule or pustule with clear skip areas along a local lymphatic channel. So sinusundan niya yung lymphatic channel, no? Okay, so treatment of choice is itraconazole. Itraconazole, ha? Tandaan nyo yan. Sporotrichosis, itraconazole. Next, a sexual worker with painless ulcers was treated with benzathine penicillin G by an infectious diseases specialist. If the patient presented with sudden onset of fever, headache, myalgia within the first 24 hours, then what do you call this condition? So, you call that the Jarisch-Herxheimer reaction. So, expected yan. You have to explain these patients na it can happen in the first 24 hours after treatment sa syphilis, and that is attributed to the rupture of your treponeme, liberating antigen sa bloodstream, triggering yung immune reaction. So, yun lang naman yung punto nun. Sumabog yung mga treponema pallidum mo, nag-induce ng immune reaction. So, the Jarisch-Herxheimer reaction. Then, yung Joad-based phenomenon, panlito lang yan, no? So, associated yan with iodine-induced thyrotoxicosis. Okay? Immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome or yung IRIS. Usually, yan yung mga may AIDS na binibigyan mo ng antiretrovirals na nagkakaroon ng mga symptoms kagaya nung kanina na nabanggit ko. Except that the keyword there is yung antiretrovirals. Okay, kanina kasi yung Jarisch-Herxheimer antibacterial yon. Ito, antiretroviral. Okay? Often during tuberculosis therapy. Okay? So, the principle is the same. Antigen liberated from rupture causing immune reaction. Okay? Hemolytic uremic syndrome. Tandaan nyo lang dito yung mnemonic na RAT. 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 So, R for renal, so nephropathy. A for anemia, the microangiopathic hemolytic anemia. T, thrombocytopenia. So, just remember rat. So, renal, so nephropathy. A, anemia. T, thrombocytopenia. Caused by Escherichia coli O157H7. Okay? So, the correct answer here, Jari Hersheimer. Next, what is the cause? Meron daw babae na poor health-seeking behavior with a history of fever. Yan. Maculopapular rash, conjunctivitis during her third trimester pregnancy. Nanganak daw. Tapos yung bata is microcephaly, clubfoot, and arthrogryposis. So, that is classic for your Zika virus infection. So, prevention is better than cure. So, dapat buntis, no? May mga mosquito repellent, patayin yung mga mosquito, no? Then, avoid unprotected sexual intercourse with individuals who have traveled to Zika-infested areas. Kasi nga, this is blood transmitted as well, no? Then, Aedes aegypti mosquito. Okay? Zika virus. Next, a pregnant woman was diagnosed with influenza. Which of the following medications has a role in the management? So, kapag high risk yung pasyente mo for severe influenza, you give neuraminidase inhibitors, no? Pero pagka hindi naman high risk, usually self-limiting lang naman yan, you give supportive treatment. So, take note lang, kailan ka magbibigay ng neuraminidase inhibitors pagka children younger than 2 years old, matatanda, 65 years old and older, may comorbids, immunosuppressed, pregnant. Okay, pregnant. Patients younger than 19 receiving long-term aspirin. Tandaan nyo yan. Okay? Morbid obesity. Resident of nursing homes, long-term care facilities, kasi nga immunosuppressed yung mga yan. Tsaka may mga risk factors yan. Okay? Oseltamivir is the most widely used neuraminidase inhibitor. Okay? So, oseltamivir is the correct answer. Yung mga the rest, pang lito lang. Pero just to review, acyclovir sa herpes simplex, ganciclovir for cytomegalovirus. Atazanavir, that is a medication for HIV. Which of the following vaccines is contraindicated in HIV? So, tandaan nyo itong tatlo. Tatlo sa ilalim. No? Contraindicated vaccines, oral polio, smallpox, tsaka yung live attenuated influenza. Okay? Ang inactivated influenza, pwede ibigay. Pero pagka live attenuated, hindi pwede. Ngayon, itong MMR varicella, depende sa CD4. Less than 200. Okay, less than 200. Okay. So, that is the correct answer, oral polio. Last question, which of the following antiretrovirals can lead to Stevens-Johnson syndrome? So, this is just to check if you are familiar with the specific side effects peculiar to certain medications. So, pagka SJS, hypersensi, abacavir, okay? Tapos, peripheral neuropathy, dedanosine, okay? Nangingitim, M3-citabine, okay? Tapos, ano pa bang high yield dito? Diarrhea, renal insufficiency, tenofovir, bone marrow suppression, zidovudine. Okay? Efavirenz, psychosis, depression. So, psych. Okay? Efavirenz. So, the correct answer is abacavir. So, yun lang naman. This is just to cover yung mga most likely matatanong, pero syempre, this is not a substitute for your actual readings, no? Ito ay pang-check lamang kung ikaw ay may natutunan sa pagbabasa ng chapters on infectious diseases, no? So, focus on clinicals, initial management, preferred management, definitive treatment, yung mga ganon. Then, mga specific features, how to diagnose, mga classic features, okay, and the likes. No? So, ganyan lang naman yan pagka-infectious diseases. Hindi naman siya ganun kakomplikado. No? Yun nga lang, mag-memorize ka lang talaga. No? So, anyway, I hope this quiz helped you. So, God bless. Thank you for listening.